Welcome, devoted fans of Days of Our Lives, to another electrifying edition of TV Days Drama Digest. Buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into the turbulent, heart-wrenching, and mind-bending storyline surrounding Stefan Dimera, a tale so steeped in deception, family secrets, and potential supernatural twists that it's bound to leave your jaw on the floor. Is Stefan truly back in Salem, or is something far more sinister at play? Could the ghost of Stefano Dimera, the infamous patriarch, be rearing his manipulative head once again? Grab your popcorn, because this is one roller coaster of a story you won't want to miss. A kidnapping that shook Salem. Let's set the stage with the shocking events that have unfolded in Salem, a town where drama is as common as morning coffee. Stefan Dimera, the charismatic yet troubled son of the notorious Vivian Alamain, found himself at the center of a chilling plot orchestrated by none other than his own mother. In a move that could only be described as vintage Vivian, cunning, ruthless, and dripping with theatrical flair, she ordered her loyal henchman, Ivan, to stuff Stefan into the trunk of a car like a piece of illicit cargo. The destination? Alamania, Vivian's ancestral stronghold, where she planned to calm him down. But what does that even mean in the world of Vivian Alamain? Knowing her, it's never as simple as a timeout in the corner. The kidnapping itself was a spectacle of betrayal. Picture the scene: Stefan, caught off guard, his eyes wide with disbelief as Ivan, that hulking figure of unwavering loyalty to Vivian, looms over him. The screech of tires, the thud of the trunk slamming shut, and the cold, calculated gaze of Vivian as she watches her son being whisked away. It's the kind of moment that sends shivers down your spine. For fans, it was a gut punch. Stefan, for all his flaws, had carved out a place in our hearts with his brooding intensity and complicated love story with Gabby Hernandez. But Vivian's machinations didn't stop there. In a move that twisted the knife even deeper, Vivian took it upon herself to forge Stefan's signature on divorce papers and deliver them to Gabby. The image of Gabby, clutching those papers, her heart shattering as she read the cold, legal words that severed her connection to Stefan, is one that will haunt viewers for weeks. Gabby, fiery and resilient, was reduced to a shell of herself, her tears a testament to the love she believed she'd lost. The cruelty of Vivian's actions wasn't just in the kidnapping, it was in the deliberate destruction of a relationship that had weathered countless storms. But as we've learned in Salem, nothing is ever as it seems. Could there be a twist lurking in the shadows, ready to upend everything we think we know? The ghost of Stefano Dimera, a legacy that refuses to die. The Dimera family has always been a lightning rod for drama, and at the heart of their legacy is Stefano Dimera, the patriarch whose influence lingers like a dark cloud over Salem. Even after the passing of the legendary Joseph Mascalo, who brought Stefano to life with unparalleled menace, the character's shadow looms large. So when whispers began circulating that Stefano might still be alive, fans sat up straighter, their minds racing with possibilities. But let's be clear, we're not talking about a literal resurrection of Stefano, as much as we'd love to see Mascalo's commanding presence grace our screens again. Instead, the clues point to something far more insidious, a psychological and technological manipulation that could redefine Stefan's very. Enter Marlena Evans, Salem's resident psychiatrist and a pillar of the community. In a recent storyline, Marlena fell gravely ill, her mind slipping into feverish dreams that blurred the line between reality and nightmare. In one such dream, she envisioned herself as Stefano's Queen of the Night, a haunting image that sent chills through the audience. Was this merely a delusion born of sickness, or could it be a premonition of something darker? The mention of Stefano being alive in the context of this dream has sparked wild speculation. Could the Dimera patriarch's essence, his memories, his personality, his very soul, have found a new vessel in his son, Stefan? The Stefano precedent, A chilling possibility, this isn't the first time Days of Our Lives has toyed with the idea of implanting someone's memories into another person. Fans with long memories will recall the jaw-dropping storyline involving Steve "Patch" Johnson, who was once transformed into a pawn of Stefano's through a chilling technological twist. A chip implanted in Steve's neck turned him into Stefano, a version of himself infused with Stefano's memories and personality. He wandered Salem, his signature eye patch replaced by a bionic eye, acting as Stefano's puppet in a scheme that was as diabolical as it was heartbreaking. It was Caleb Brady, Steve's fierce and devoted love, who ultimately saved him by removing the chip, restoring the man she loved to his true self. The Stefano storyline was a masterclass in soap opera suspense, blending science fiction with raw emotional stakes. It left fans reeling, wondering how far the DiMera family would go to maintain their grip on power. Now, the question looms, could Stefan be the next victim of such a twisted experiment? The idea of implanting Stefano's memories into Stefan's mind is not only plausible but terrifyingly fitting for the DiMera legacy. Imagine Stefan, already a complex figure torn between his mother's manipulations and his own desires, now wrestling with the invasive presence of his father's consciousness. Every glance in the mirror, every decision he makes, tainted by the possibility that Stefano's cunning and ruthlessness are pulling the strings. The science of memory manipulation. A soap opera staple, the concept of memory implantation might sound like science fiction, but in the world of Days of Our Lives, it's par for the course. The show has never shied away from pushing the boundaries of what's possible, whether it's through secret twins, long-lost siblings, or, yes, mind-altering technology. The DiMera family, with their vast resources and penchant for control, are the perfect candidates to wield such power. Vivian, with her unrelenting ambition and willingness to cross any moral line, could easily have access to the kind of technology that could rewrite Stefan's very identity. Picture the laboratory where this procedure might take place, a sterile, dimly lit room hidden deep within the Alamein estate, filled with blinking monitors and sleek, futuristic equipment. Scientists in white coats, their faces obscured, working under Vivian's watchful eye as they prepare to transfer Stefano's essence into her son. The process would be fraught with tension, Stefan strapped to a chair, his eyes wild with fear, as electrodes are attached to his temples. The hum of machinery, the flicker of data streams, and Vivian's cold, triumphant smile as she envisions her son becoming the ultimate weapon in her quest for power. It's a scene straight out of a thriller, yet perfectly at home in the heightened drama of Salem. The emotional fallout, Gabby, Stefan, and the DiMera legacy. If Stefan is indeed being transformed into a vessel for Stefano, the emotional consequences would be staggering. Gabby, already reeling from the divorce papers, would face an unimaginable dilemma. The man she loves is physically present, but his mind, his heart, his very soul might belong to someone else. Every interaction would be laced with uncertainty. Is she speaking to Stefan, the man who fought for their love against all odds, or to Stefano, the father who would stop at nothing to dominate Salem? The anguish of watching Stefan slip away, replaced by the calculating gaze of his father, would be a gut-wrenching arc for Gabby, one that would test her strength and resolve. For Stefan himself, the internal struggle would be nothing short of Shakespearean. Imagine him waking in the dead of night, haunted by memories that aren't his, memories of Stefano's schemes, his betrayals, his victories. He might hear Stefano's voice in his head, urging him to embrace the DiMera legacy, to cast aside love and loyalty in favor of power. Stefan's own identity, his love for Gabby, his complicated relationship with his mother, his desire to be more than just a DiMera, would be at war with the invasive presence of his father. Every decision, every word, would carry the weight of this internal battle, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats as they wonder whether Stefan can hold on to himself or if Stefano will ultimately prevail. The broader implications for Salem this storyline wouldn't just affect Stefan and Gabby, it would ripple through the entire town of Salem. The DiMera family's enemies, from the Bradys to the Hortons, would be forced to confront the possibility that Stefano's influence is far from gone. Old wounds would reopen, alliances would shift, and the power dynamics of Salem would be thrown into chaos. Could Marlena, with her psychological expertise, find a way to reach Stefan and pull him back from the brink? Would Kayla, who once saved Steve from a similar fate, step in to help another soul caught in the DiMera web? And what of Vivian, whose ambition might finally push her too far, alienating even those closest to her? The return of Stefano's essence would also reignite questions about the DiMera family's legacy. Are they doomed to repeat the same cycles of manipulation and betrayal, or can Stefan break free and forge a new path? The moral weight of this question would add layers of depth to the storyline, elevating it beyond mere soap opera spectacle and into a meditation on identity, free will, and the sins of the father. What's next? The anticipation builds as we wait for the next episodes to unfold. The tension is palpable. Will Stefan return to Salem as himself, or as a vessel for Stefano's dark ambitions? Will Gabby find a way to reclaim the man she loves, or will she be forced to confront a stranger wearing his face? And what role will Vivian play as this saga reaches its climax? Will she revel in her victory, or will her actions finally catch up with her, bringing her empire crashing down? The beauty of Days of Our Lives lies in its ability to keep us guessing, to weave stories that are equal parts outrageous and deeply human. The Stefan saga, with its blend of family drama, technological intrigue, and emotional stakes, is a perfect example of why we keep coming back to Salem. It's a story that reminds us of the power of love, the fragility of identity, and the enduring allure of a good twist. So, dear fans, what do you think? Is Stefan destined to become Stefano, or will he find a way to reclaim his soul? Will Gabby's love be enough to anchor him, or will the DiMera legacy prove too strong? Share your thoughts, your theories, and your gasps in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going as we await the next chapter in this unforgettable tale. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.